Alright y'all, today we're gonna make some Merguez sausage. Merguez, I'm sure you've seen it, I'm sure you heard about it. It's a Moroccan spice. It is spicy, it is chili driven, paprika, cumin, toasted coriander, toasted fennel, my favorite. So in this mix, generally you do just beef or just lamb, but we're gonna change it up a little bit. So we're gonna do 1 pound of ground pork, 1 pound of ground lamb, and 1 pound of ground beef. I made this Merguez spice here. So this has salt, pepper, sugar, cumin, toasted fennel, toasted coriander, cayenne. It's gonna be a little bit spicy. It's not for everybody, but delicioso, okay? And I'm gonna get aggressive on that, okay? So generally, when you're talking about making sausage, you're looking for that fat content, you're looking for the spice content, you're looking for it super well incorporated. And I'm gonna add more spice to this just because I can tell already that it's gonna need some more. Also, tips at home when you're making sausage and you're doing things like this, you can put it in your KitchenAid, paddle it if you want. The famous sausage makers that I know always do everything by hand. That's just how people do it. Shout out to old Josh Neeby.
Oh yeah.
Bang. So there you go. I'm gonna change my glove and I'm gonna add more spice. Again, going back to the safety issues of using raw meats and especially ground raw meats, you always want to be safe and sanitary at home. Changing your gloves and making sure that you're using clean areas, and you're gonna clean it really well when you're done. Now, at this point, it's pretty well incorporated. You have some options. So, with anything, when we're talking about meat, we're talking about spices, we're talking about salt, we're talking about chilies, we're talking about pepper, it's basically gonna partially start to cure, if you know what I'm saying. So, I like to let this get tacky overnight. You can see right here how all the structure is kind of starting to bind, and that has to do with the amount of freshness of all the ground meat that we use. So the fresher the ground meat, the better, of course, and partially because all of those hemoglobin structures and protein structures actually start to rebind to each other. So, bang, at this point, you got this seasoned meat, right? So you can patty it, pan sear it, crisp it up on your flat top, whatever you're gonna do in a pan. You can use it as like a breakfast sausage patty. It's gonna be totally different. You can case it if you're gonna get crazy at home and case it, but what I'm gonna do is let it tack up overnight in the fridge, okay? So, keeping oxygen away from it. Just like that. Boom, boom, boom. Ah, of course. Every chef's name.
Look at that.
Every chef's
Come
name.
on.
Ah, get out of here.
Some good equipment.
Faulty
Good
ass.
equipment, man.
Come on. Anyway, you got your saran wrap at home. Hopefully it doesn't peel up and get all tangled up like mine did. But boom, there you go. So it's more or less just incorporated, basic sausage meat. You're gonna pop it in the fridge. You're gonna let it cure overnight. Now you're gonna be able to patty it, case it if you want to do it. You can case it. You can smoke it. You can case it. You can hang it. You can dry it. You can do all kinds of stuff with it.
What's some famous dishes with it?
Another cool thing that I like to do is actually make it into a vinaigrette, which is kind of neat. So when you're talking about Moroccan spices and you're talking about that section of the world, you got a lot of cool vinegars, chili oils, and things like that that you can use. So I would actually like crumble this in a pan, some garlic, some onions, saute it, get it all crispy crunchy. Then I'd hit it with maybe a little bit of honey, and then deglaze it with a really nice sherry vinegar, something that's gonna be really tart. Really tangy. It's gonna go really good with that spice, really good with that fat content. And then you can use that vinaigrette, like toss it in roasted potatoes. Classic Merguez spiced sausage dishes kind of go with fish, octopus. If you're gonna do some crazy stuff at home and boil some octopus, grill it, char it, a broken little Merguez vinaigrette on top. Yum, dude. You can toss it with like a really hearty green escarole. Any of the really hearty endives or kales are really good tossed in that vinaigrette. Yummy. Put a chunk of seared pork on top. Like, use it as an accoutrement. You know, like there's the world is your oyster. Oh, a little crispy, crunchy Merguez sausage on an oyster.
Oyster. Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
It's good. Let's check it out tomorrow.
Yeah.
We're going to try it.